Donald Trump was speaking to NBC News, and he was asked about a third term, and he said he would consider a third term, and that he was not joking. However, he also said it is very early in this term and they have a lot of work to do. He says he likes working, which is funny because I've heard he has spent already $24 million of U.S. government money for him to go play golf. Seems like we're hearing once or twice a week minimum he is traveling to one of his resorts to go play a round or two of golf. But sure, he likes working. We'll go with that. Now, he said there are ways for him to be elected to a third term. He said there's numerous ways. And one of the ideas he was asked about was this crazy notion that J.D. Vance would run and he would be the vice president. Well, that would not work. One, even with J.D. Vance as president, he could not be elected to the vice presidency because the 12th Amendment clearly states you cannot be vice president if you are ineligible to be president. Now, J.D. Vance could run with somebody else as VP, and then halfway through his term he could resign. Then they appoint Donald Trump to be president, and then he could fill that role because he would have 2 years of eligibility left to be president under the 22nd Amendment. And then, of course, J.D. Vance would have to resign, let Donald Trump fill out those last 2 years. But none of that matters. Now, Donald Trump said there are potentially other options, but he wouldn't elaborate. And I know Andy Ogles, for a Republican representative for Tennessee, has introduced a constitutional amendment to change that 22nd Amendment limit and make it so if you win one term and then are voted out and then win a second term where they're non-consecutive, you could run for a third term, which would prohibit people like Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, or Barack Obama from running for a third term. It's very clearly designed to just apply to Donald Trump. But anyway, that's not going to pass. They don't have the votes for that. You need 67 senators. They don't have it. You need like 290 members of the House. They don't have it. And they don't have enough state legislatures. You need 37 or 38. They don't have that either. And it takes years to ratify an amendment. Famously, for the 27th Amendment, the last officially recognized amendment to the Constitution, was ratified in the 90s, and that took over 200 years. So it takes time to do amendments. They're not going to get it done before the next election. But none of it matters because I don't think Donald Trump is going to be popular enough to win a third term come 28. I don't think he's going to be healthy enough to run in 28. He may not even survive his this term to the end. We will have to see how that goes. But he is at least saying he's not joking about running for a third term.